Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mimi Bright and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this Bodice block. It's very easy, anybody can do it. I made it as easy as possible, like it's beginner friendly. So to get this video started, let's just jump right into the video. So guys, you're going to be needing a few basic items in doing this project. Your curve ruler. I have two. So this one actually has a ruler attached to it, which is my favorite because I can easily just use it instead of looking for my ruler. I can use it just use that one. And then you need your measuring tape, and as well you need a basic ruler. Very important. Next thing, you should write down your measurements in the side, okay, so that it will be easy for you. Now the next thing you're going to do is to get your shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I make a mark, 8 inches. Now the next thing you're going to do is bring out your neck line, your neck measurement. Mine is 2.3 inches, or you can just say mine is 2.8 inches, I'm sorry, or you can just say 2 3/4. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out the neck depth. Mine is 3 inches. This is optional, you can use whatever you want, but on a norm 3 inches is the average measurement. Using your ruler, roll out the straight lines where you connect the dots. And then the next thing you're going to do is from a 90 degrees angle, bring out 1 inches. This will help to, curve out that, give you that perfect curve for your neckline. So I'm going to be using the fullest part of my curve to make that neckline curve. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your shoulder slope. So for your shoulder slope, come down 1.5 inches. This is so that the garments can relax perfectly on your shoulder line. So once you get that out, use your ruler to rule it straight to your neck, like I'm doing at the moment. So the next thing we're going to do now is to get our armhole depth. Now for the armhole depth, all you have to do is your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1 inch. So my bust measurement is 36 divided by 6, that's 6 plus 1, that's 7 inches. So from that, your shoulder slope, measure out 7 inches and make a mark. Or you can say 7 inches plus 1.5 inches of the shoulder slope, that's like 8.5, and you make your mark. So it's the same thing. Now using your ruler, rule out a straight line, connecting it to your shoulder slope. The next thing you're going to do now is to find the midpoint of your armhole depth. Mine is 3.5 inches. Now from the inside, you're going to take away 0.5 inches for the curve, for it to curve perfectly well. And then from a 90 degrees angle, bring out 0.8 inches. This is so that you can get a perfect curve using your ruler. next thing is to get your bust line. So my bust line is 10 inches. Now using your ruler, rule a straight line. Now the next thing you're going to do is to get your waistline. So your waistline is 6 inches from your bust line, or you can go 16 inches from your shoulder line. Now go ahead, use your ruler and rule a straight line for your waistline, and then label it. I'm just going to write B for bust and W for waist. Now for my hip line, come down by 9 inches. This is actually the average measurement. So come down by 9 inches from your waistline. That should give you your hip line. Now use your ruler and roll a straight line and label it hip line, or you write H for hip line. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring down my dart, which is your bust point to bust point. So mine is 7 inches divided by 2, that's 3.5 inches. Now rule a straight line from your bust line, waistline, and then 5 inches below your waistline. That should be where your dart should stop. Now from your waistline, you're going to be taking in 0.8 inches from both sides. Now using your ruler, connect your dart all the way to your bust point and also below your waistline. Just like I'm doing at the moment. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is to be putting in our measurements. So my bust measurement is 36 divided by 4 plus 1 inch for seam allowance. Now my waist measurement is 27 divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance plus the 0.8 inches that you took in from both sides of your dart. That's the measurement of your dart. So you're going to have to measure that out and you're going to add it to your waist measurement so that you're not going to be short of fabric when you're cutting it out. Now my hip measurement is 39 divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance, and then I'm going to put that in as well. So if you take a look at the waistline, you see that it has like a sharp pointed end. I don't really like that, so I'm just going to use the curved part of the ruler and smoothen that out so that it will not be too pointed. Like you don't want to, make that place too sharp. So use your ruler and smoothen all the sharp edges. Once you're done doing that, you're done with the front part of your pattern. Now let's go back to the back part of your pattern. Now for the back measurement, I went ahead and brought out my 1 inch seam allowance for my zip. This is very important, guys. Very, very important. So from my zip allowance, I'm going to be bringing out my neck measurement. The reason why you're bringing out this 1 inch seam allowance for the zip is because if you don't do this, you're going to be shorting fabric, and this will end up ruining your whatever you're trying to do. It will not size you at all. Now I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch for my neck depth, like the back of my neck depth. Come down by 1 inch. So guys, for my neck measurement, remember we used 2.8 inches for the front, so we're going to be using the same 2.8 inches at the back, or you can say 2¾ Now you're going to come down by 1.5 inches. Guys, remember our shoulder is 8 inches. You bring out 2.8 inches or 2¾ for your neck measurement, and then you rule a straight line connecting to your shoulder slope, just like the same thing we did at the front. Again, for the armhole depth, your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1 inch. So you rule a straight line connecting it. This is exactly what you did at the front part of your pattern. So you just do the same thing at the back. Now find the midpoint, taking 0.5 inches and make your curve. So guys, my battery died on me and I didn't video the most important part of this back pattern. So guys, along the zip line, you want to take away some measurements. What I mean by that is, people like me, I have a shorter back line, I have a shorter back, and if I don't take away some measurements at the back, some fabrics, if I don't take away some fabrics at the back, I'm going to have this bulge at the back, which is not flattering at all on your dress. So to do this, you're going to have to take away 0.8 inches from the zip allowance. I'm going to show you guys what I did, because I did a dotted line along that area. So all I just did was I took away 0.8 inches from the waistline, then connected it 9 inches above my bust line, and then 9 inches below my waistline. Then you connect it. The reason why you do this is to remove that bulge. So you're going to see like a clay ball. I'm so sorry, I thought I actually videoed it, but I'm so sorry, it went off during that area. During that part, my battery died on me, so I'm so sorry I couldn't video that part. So this is the part I'm talking about, that I took away 0.8 inches from the waistline. So you connect it 9 inches above the bust line and 9 inches below the waistline. This will help to eliminate any bulge. Now the next thing you're going to do is to bring out 4.8 inches. I added that 0.8 inches of my new zip allowance, okay, to the 4 inches of my zip. I don't know if you guys understand me, but you're going to have to start from the your original zip allowance to rule a straight line. This is so that you can have a straight line, because if you rule it from the new zip allowance, you're going to have a slanted line, which is not good. So you have to start from the previous zip allowance to bring out your dart measurements. And then after that, I took in 1/2 inch from both sides for my darts. I don't know if you guys get me. Okay. Now the next thing you're going to do is to start putting in your measurements. So as you can see, I'm starting from the previous zip allowance. Very, very necessary. You measure it out, okay, and equally measure out the 1/2 inch from your dart. Measure out the 1/2 inch from your dart, and you're going to be adding it to your waistline, to your waistline measurements. so that your fabric will not be shortened when you're cut, like when you are sewing it up. You're not going to be shortening fabric at your, or you're not going to be shortening fabric on your waist. This is very necessary. So, and as well, guys, once you're putting in your measurements, remember to add your 1 inseam allowance. So guys, after putting in your measurements, use your ruler and connect all the dots, and remember the waistline. We don't want any sharp edges, so use your curve and smoothing out any sharp parts. Smoothing it out, we don't want any sharp edges. And then guys, check out my shorts because I made a video about the back where I took out the bulge for, you know, how to fix the bulge on the back of your dress. I made a video on that as well. So now we have come to the back, we have come to the English. Now we have come to the end of our video. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.